She smirked. "It's a miracle that I haven't dumped you yet. Other guys would die for a chance," I replied. "Then go find them." That weekend, I brought a new date she never expected. Her name was Liza, my ex's older sister. Before you think I'm some monster, hear me out. Kayla had this way of making you feel small, but smiling while doing it so you'd question yourself. In the beginning, it was just little digs. "You're cute for someone who didn't get into grad school," or "It's okay. Not everyone's cut out for real careers." At first, I laughed along, thinking maybe that's just how she flirted. But over time, the digs grew deeper. I was studying business. She was pre-law. Every time we hung out with her friends, she'd introduce me as my boyfriend, future manager of a grocery store or something. Her friends would laugh. I'd fake a smile. I started to believe it, that maybe I was lucky to be with her, that maybe I wasn't good enough for anyone else. But then she started controlling the way I dressed, criticizing my family, calling my dreams cute little hobbies. I stayed silent. I kept giving birthday surprises, grocery runs, even helped her pay off one of her textbooks when her card bounced. Not once did she say thank you. She just said, "Well, you should. You make more than me anyway." It came to a boiling point at a family game night. Everyone was around. Cousins, uncles, aunt. Kayla was on a roll with jokes. Suddenly she blurted out, "If I ever leave you, don't worry. I'll leave you the recipe for how to actually impress a woman." Everyone laughed. I didn't. I looked at her and said calmly, "Then maybe you should start drafting that recipe." That's when she smirked and dropped the line that broke everything. "It's a miracle I haven't dumped you. Other guys would die for a chance." I nodded, stood up, and simply said, "Then go find them." I didn't cry. I didn't call her. I made a plan. I messaged Liza the next day. She was Kayla's older sister, had always been polite to me but distant. I sent a long text, honest and vulnerable. Told her I knew this was weird, but I needed to reclaim a piece of myself. I said, "Would you consider being my date to the party next weekend?" Not to mess with her, just to remind me I'm not invisible. Liza called me. She said she'd noticed the way Kayla treated me. She hated it. That she once pulled Kayla aside and told her to stop, but Kayla just laughed and called her jealous. That weekend, I picked Liza up in my cleaned-up Honda. She looked radiant. She wore a silver dress and her smile was the kind that made people stop talking mid-sentence. When we walked into the engagement party, heads turned instantly. I saw Kayla's expression change from smug to shocked to furious in under 5 seconds. She pulled me aside and hissed, "Are you seriously parading around with my sister?" I just looked at her and said, "You said someone else would die for a chance." She lived. The rest of the night was unforgettable. Liza and I danced like we'd been doing it for years. Her father even came over and said, "You know, I always thought you deserved better." I nearly choked on my drink. Even her grandmother gave me a hug and whispered, "Good for you, sweetheart." Kayla left early. I watched her heels click away across the parking lot alone. No, Liza and I didn't date. But for that one night, she gave me something I didn't know I needed. Closure, confidence, a reminder that I wasn't worthless. We still talk sometimes. She sends me dog videos and sarcastic memes about bad exes. And Kayla, I heard she's dating some guy who mirrors her attitude. A friend told me he once said to her at dinner, "You're lucky to be with me." And apparently she didn't like hearing her own medicine. Revenge doesn't always mean burning someone's house down, but it happened because